Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello, and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tuesday as you are listening to the show today. It is not Tuesday when we are strolling Strasburg. It is a dreary Saturday morning, but that's fine because I am staring at the smiling face of Olivia Hilton. She is the interim director of community development for the town of Strasburg. We're hanging out again today.
We're hanging out. The highlight of my month every time.
See, I know, right? We're going to have to start doing, well, I don't think people want to hear us do it every week, but we should do it every week even if we don't record it.
Yeah. Don't go making promises, okay?
Well, we've got two fun places today, so tell me where we're starting off our Strolling Strasburg episode.
Yeah, so today you don't have to stroll very far just in case it's raining. So we started off at Box Office Brewery, and then after we're going to be heading to Nancy's Coffee Bar, which is actually in the same building. So it's a two-stop shop.
Well, and I love the fact that you've got this interim space that people can sit and enjoy either a coffee or a beer or their lunch or anything else if they don't want to sit inside. Well, of course, at Nancy's, you don't have much room to sit inside, but it's a nice space. Now, do you own the building?
Yeah, we own the building. Now, it's a separate entity, Box Office. It's a separate entity business that we have that owns the building, and then the coffee shop leases from us, and we lease it to them, and then we lease it to the brewery, which we also own, actually.
So tell me about Box Office Brewery. First, how did you come up with the name?
It's an old 1920 movie theater, the old Strand Theater from 1920 to 1930, and then they changed it to Strasburg Theater in 1930 to 1955, and they shut this place down the owner built a new theater down the street. So thus, Box Office, that's how Box Office, it was actually my wife's idea, thus the name Box Office.
He just gave you credit on the radio. That makes it official.
His quote is, sometimes I have a good idea.
And then he runs with it and takes all the credit. That's usually how husbands are.
You're on to me.
So why a brewery? Have you been a lifelong beer drinker? Were you a home brewer? Why did you choose a brewery?
Yeah, believe it or not, probably about 15 years ago, my wife bought me I was more of a wine connoisseur at the time with a wine cellar, et cetera, but she bought me this beer kit for Christmas, and I wanted nothing to do with it. Put it away for a couple years, actually. And then so my son said, come on, Dad, let's make some beer. And we started brewing, and next thing you know, we fell in love with it. And that's how it all started as far as on my part. I have a partner here. He's been brewing for 35 years.
Wow.
And I've been brewing for 15. So, but yeah, so that's how it all started. This building became available and came to my attention. And my wife said, you really ought to think about opening I'm giving her credit again. You really ought to think about opening a brewery, because if you don't, someone else will, and you're going to be upset about it. So that's how this all started.
And you were the first one here in Strasburg.
Yeah, we were the first one that actually announced that we were bringing in a brewery and applied for a special use permit. And then a secondary brewery, which has since, sorry to say, has closed, came in. They actually opened before us because we had a 2-year construction project here. So.
Yeah, this building needed just a little bit of work.
Oh my gosh, it was destroyed. Yeah, so we actually found murals, old murals, the oldest murals in the county. We had to do a historical study here, and it was determined they were covered with particle board for the most part. And when we took the particle board off, there they were, it's painted on masonry, 1920 era, and we preserved them, kept them in their current state. and put plexiglass over them so people can't get to the paint. And they're really cool.
That is awesome. So how many beers do you have?
We currently have 13 beers on tap with 2 more coming. So we'll have 15 total, and that's about the max. It's a wide array of beer, from light to dark to rum porters to whiskey stouts, So it's pretty exciting actually. We've been doing really well.
Do you have a favorite?
No, I drink them all.
Spoken like a true owner.
I definitely have a favorite. So he did mention that they also have a couple of ciders. So the Old Press, is it Old Press? Or Off the Press? Oh, Off the Press.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's good. I'm admittedly not a beer drinker.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But I come in and I have them Off the Press with a betwixt, and you can mix them together, and they're both good. So that is my favorite.
See, now that's what I say. I'm not a beer drinker, but there are a few that I have found from some of the local breweries that I like. But I like the ones that are fruity. Yeah. And real beer drinkers tell me that you're not supposed to fruit the beer, so they don't think they say I can't consider myself a beer drinker.
Oh, well, we fruit beer. So we're not real beer makers, I guess. But anyway.
Another pretty cool thing that we've done is we've partnered with 2 local wineries, Star in the Valley and up at Tom's Brook, North Mountain.
Love North Mountain.
And so we just serve a red, a white, and a rosé from each. So we do try to provide the local cider, the wine, and then the beers made here.
Yeah. And we did that. We did that mainly because we did have a lot of guys say, my wife doesn't drink beer and she won't come in, so we thought, maybe we ought to spread out, and that's how we also partnered with the Old Hill Cidery in Timberville. So we're one of their biggest sellers of cider, actually. We go through quite a bit of it.
It's me.
Yeah, it's a living.
And you have food. I mean, this isn't just a one-stop shop. You have a full restaurant here.
We have a full restaurant. We decided to bite the bullet from the very beginning and go all the way, all in and put a full restaurant in rather than most breweries expand after a few years. We decided to do it all one time. So we hired an executive chef, and Chef Jimmy's with us right now, and we smoke all of our meats here. It's all locally sourced, farm fresh. We just currently did ribs. We're doing brisket next week. So the menu is evolving and always changing, but on weekends it's live music. We're booked with live bands Friday and Saturday all the way through New Year's.
Wow.
Yeah, and we could book 2022 probably, but we get bombarded. But it's a great problem.
So how was the pandemic? I mean, when it suddenly hits, did you guys do takeout? I thought that was the coolest thing when a lot of places like yours were allowed for me to come and pick it up and take it home, which wasn't something you could do traditionally.
Exactly. Yeah, so you had to evolve, or else you weren't going to make it. So that's what we did. It was all, pick up out front. We delivered curbside. And that didn't last very long, maybe 45 days or so before we was able to start to open up. Our capacity here, of course, it's a monster theater.
It is huge.
Well, that's when the cans took off.
That's when the cans. So we started canning in-house, and the cans exploded. It just took off like we couldn't believe. We normally seat our 289 people. That's our load capacity here. But we're only seating 140. We're still 50% capacity. We do have outside seating out back, and we're dog-friendly out back.
And another important feature, I think, too, is the fact that we host events.
Yeah.
It's a great place. We have anniversary, birthdays. Now, all that stopped during COVID, but it's slowly coming back as the governor releases different regulations and so forth.
And but we're excited about it, and when this thing finally opens up again, we'll be ready. But we've done really well through the pandemic, actually. So
what are your hours here?
Monday through Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday is 4 to 10 p.m. And we're getting ready in May possibly to open all day on Thursday. We're stepping that, might be moving forward with that. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. The bands are 7 to 10 Friday and Saturday. And so we close at 11, and then on Sunday we open at noon and close at 9. And we have Sunday night Mike Night in here every Sunday night now from 6 to 9, so local talent comes in. Yeah, we got a wide array of events going on. But we're big. It's a big place.
You've got plenty of room to be able to space out and do that. And what is your physical address here?
177 East King Street.
And where can people get more information? Website, social media, where can they go?
Our website is www.boxofficebrewery.com. We have a Facebook page. You can follow
Box
us.
Office Brewery as well.
Yeah, Box Office Brewery on our website. So, and Instagram. And we do all the social media.
All of the socials. That's what
All the socials.
Olivia and I call it, all of the
All
socials.
You got to be social.
They're tweetering.
They're tweetering. And food items, you touched on this briefly.
Brick oven pizzas, to however you want it fixed. We have a few that you can select from that are, our menus, our ideas. We do burgers. We do quesadillas, barbecue quesadillas. We have a lot of starters. Our wings are to die for. We get a lot of comments about. We smoke all of our meats here, so our wings are phenomenal. And so it's a wide array of.
Now, are you still doing takeout? If I'm in Middletown and want to call in an order and come pick it up, can I still do that?
Yep. Yeah, we do a lot of it, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, because, I always give myself, I always think it's further to get here. When I left the house this morning, I thought I'm going to give myself 20 minutes, and it took me 7. So that means it's still going to be hot when I get home, which is the key to where I will go and pick up any food.
That's funny.
Well, thank you both for taking some time to hang out with me. Good choice, Olivia. I think we're going to stroll now next door to Nancy's Coffee Bar, and I'm going to get me a mocha.
Oh, cool. Olivia, thank you very much. And
Thank you all.
Yep, thank you all. Really appreciate it.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tuesday. As you are listening to the show today, we, of course, are pre-recording our conversation. It is Strolling Strasburg Saturday. We just keep up with these S's, Olivia. I am sitting with Olivia Hilton. She is the interim director of community development for the town of Strasburg. This is our second show.
Oh, at least, third at least.
We have so much fun that I lose count of how many of them we've done. And we're still in the Box Office Brewery building. Mm-hmm. We're still actually in the same room where we just talked to the owners of Box Office. But now we have brought in not Nancy from Nancy's Coffee Bar just across the hall. Thank you for coming to stroll. Well, we strolled to you, but thank you for coming to talk to us today.
Yeah, thank you for including me.
And Olivia, it was funny. We ordered coffee before we came over here to sit, and you're one of those people.
Oh, I am one of those people. I didn't think I'd ever become one of those people, but I am now a complicated coffee orderer. From someone who I didn't even have coffee until I was in college. Never even tried it. I was like, no. And now I'm over there. Sub this, add that, a splash of that. Just ashamed of myself.
And you were perfectly fine with that.
Oh, yeah. If you spit out an order to us, we'll make it however you want it to be. Whatever you like. That's most important to us.
So why did you pick Nancy's Coffee Bar as our second segment to Stroll Strasburg today?
Oh, well, I'm a little biased because my office stares at Nancy's Coffee Bar. So the temptation is very real all the time. But we're just so proud of Kara. So Kara is one of our female business owners in town, also our youngest with a brick and mortar. So she, funny enough, you can actually carry your beer throughout, Box Office and Nancy's. But when she opened the shop at the age of 20, she couldn't even drink yet. So it's been nice to see her transition and grow, and she'll talk a little bit about that. But I'm just happy to be here to celebrate her.
Kara, I joked when I introduced you and said you were not Nancy. When you were on the show the last time, you explained to me how you came up with the name. For somebody that still doesn't know, explain to me how Nancy's Coffee Bar came to be by someone named Kara.
So Nancy was my grandma, and she passed away in 2011 from breast cancer. We knew we were opening up a coffee shop, but then we were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to name it? Like, it needs to be unique, something that, like, it's going to be an eye catcher.
Has a story.
Yeah, has a story, like a meaning behind it. And we went off of like our farm name, and then I was like, no, that's not good. So then I think my aunt said Nancy's. I'm like, oh yes, something Nancy's, because there's a lot of people in town that know my grandma from selling longer burger baskets, and then she was also a kindergarten aide teacher. So there's a lot of people in the community that know Nancy. So I think they feel connected when they can come in and see her up on the wall and then get a cup of coffee.
And the other thing that has changed since the last time we had a conversation is you are the sole owner of Nancy's Coffee Bar now.
Yep. At the beginning of the year, which we talked about it last year, was Catherine. That was the Navy was her thing, and then the coffee shop was my thing. So we made it official at the beginning of 2021.
Nice. Now, how have you done through the pandemic? Because I got to tell you, there were days when I wanted to get in the car and just drive over here and sit, but I knew I probably couldn't.
No, actually, last year around this time, we were serving out of our window because our window opens up completely, and so we were serving out the window. People could space out throughout the sidewalk, and then not come inside and be around a whole bunch of people. And that worked out great. Oh my gosh, so thankful for that. If we didn't have that, we probably would have struggled a little bit of how we're going to serve coffee and keep people safe. So.
The one thing that I think is really cool about your shop is no matter where you turn, everything in it is local. Your coffee is local. You've got this one over here sitting here munching on a walnut chocolate chip cookie that is baked locally. Tell me why you chose to go local with your other products.
Oh, yeah. Blue Ridge Baking Company, they're out of Middletown, which is like, 6 minutes away from here?
7, actually,
7
but yes. We talked about that in the first segment.
That's perfect. But they have a lot of cookies that are vegan and gluten-free, so we try to have a different variety of stuff that people need different stuff, and they can have a cookie that's gluten-free, and that makes them feel special, because when people come in, they're like, oh my gosh, you have gluten-free or vegan-free. I'm like, score. That was a brownie point. So to make like our customers happy, that's one of the reasons why we have them. And then all their ingredients are clean for the most part. I mean, what I think would be clean ingredients, but they're delicious. They come fresh, and we keep them in here. The owner of that, Margaret, she's awesome to work with. So
I can confirm I can pronounce all of the ingredients on this cookie wrap.
Yep.
And they're recognizable. You know exactly what they are, because that's the other thing. If you can't pronounce it, you certainly don't know what it actually is.
And someone who, I hate to say it, who would not ideally go for a vegan or gluten-free, I can say, doesn't even taste like it.
Yeah, exactly. There's some people
Still
that
tasty.
wrinkle their nose up, and I'm a picky eater, but no, all their cookies are so good. Because at first they brought in sesame flat cookie and vegan sesame flat cookie for me to try. I was like, there's no way I'm eating that. And then I did. And those are actually
Did
one
they
of my
trick
two
you? Did they
favorites.
not tell you which one was which, and then to see if you could tell the difference?
No, I really can't. Well, yeah, a little bit. They're good.
So tell me about your coffee, and what do you have on the menu here?
Okay, so we have coffee, espresso drinks. A few new seasonal drinks is the raspberry white chocolate mocha, which Olivia's drinking.
Yeah, that's
Well, technically, she's not really drinking that because she
dressed it up some.
Yeah.
dressed
Which
it up
makes
some.
it
There you go.
amazing.
On the rocks.
Yeah.
On the rocks with a sweet foam cold brew top, or whatever you would
Oats
call
milk,
it.
blah,
Sweet
blah, blah,
cream,
blah.
foamy,
Yeah,
with something
yeah.
delicious, something to make it sweeter. So I still don't know that it's coffee, but it tastes delicious.
Yeah, and then we have the honeybee latte, which is honey and cinnamon. And then we have the Bee's Knees, which is from JT Copper Syrup down in Floyd, Virginia, where they make all their syrups in small batches. And that has honey, thyme, and lavender. And it is so good in iced tea. So when it gets warmer and people start asking for iced tea, we'll have that in-house, and you can come and get an iced tea with some Bee's Knees.
And Floyd is where Red Rooster is, which is who
Yep.
your coffee brand is.
Yeah, so that's about 3.5 hours away. So we order it, and it comes in a few days. and it says that it's roasted like that day before. So all of our stuff is roasted
Fresh.
Yep. And we have about, I want to say 16 different varieties of coffee that we have in here for you to choose from to take home and brew.
And will you grind it here, or do I need to take home the whole bean?
Oh, no, yep. So it's all whole bean, but we'll grind it here if you need it ground on coarse, fine, for regular drip coffee, whatever.
I have a weird coffee maker at home. I have a bun, but it wants everything coarse because most of your traditional coffee makers want a fine ground coffee, but the bun doesn't like fine ground. It cakes it up. So I have to have it done coarse. If I get anything that's flavored or anything that's a dark roast, it's a whole thing.
Oh, no, yeah, we can do that.
And I will just come to Nancy's because I won't make a darn thing for myself. That's terrible. I am a prissy coffee drinker.
No, it tastes different when someone else makes it for you. I
Well,
swear.
yeah, you don't have to. I've long said that, I do. Everybody's like, oh, do you have an espresso maker? No, I'm not going to make those things for myself. Are you kidding me? I know from having had Main Street Daily Grind in Front Royal as a client years ago when Herb used to own it. That was the one thing he's like, well, you should learn how to make these yourself. I'm like, no, because then you're going to want me to come in on a Saturday and make these. And I don't want to do that. And I've heard your employees talk about cleaning that machine. No, I will come here, love you, but you're going to clean your own machine. I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
I love it.
True.
And I know that with the pandemic, things were a little different. But prior to, you guys would be very open to doing community events. And
Oh, my goodness, yeah. We have a nice conference room that Box Off lets us share. So people would come in and have like their meetings in here, grab a coffee, a snack, and meet with people.
Record a radio show.
Yeah, exactly.
perfect.
Yep. And then you come in and like study. There's a TV in here. You can hook. We had like some study groups from Shindo University that would come in and sit and do their homework. So that was really cool to have. It's always nice to see like groups of people meeting in here. I like that.
So what are your hours? When are you open?
Okay, so Monday through Friday is 7 to 4, and then Saturday is 8 to 4 p.m., and then we're closed Sunday.
So do you make coffee at home?
I do, but it doesn't taste the same. No, but my favorite to have at home is the funky chicken. So
The funky chicken. I feel like that's something you would want. Olivia.
I want to, and I almost want to say it, but I don't want to mess that up on air. So I'm just gonna.
Oh, go ahead. Remember, we're pre-recording, and I can edit.
Oh, look at that. The funky chicken. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I will absolutely try that.
No, it's a good crowd pleaser. It's tasty.
Well, and I do love that you guys have a farm, but your coffee shop is so modern. So I think it's a great offset because you come in, everything's marble and pretty, and it's just a happy place to be. It's full of flowers you're selling right now.
Yeah.
And how can people get more information? Do you have a website? Do you have the socials?
You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and then we also have a website, nancyscoffeebar.com.
Fantastic. Well, Olivia, another wonderful show. Now, we're doing something different in May, right? Because here's what you tell me if I've got this right. The Mother's Day market is on Saturday, May 8th.
Yes.
But we won't have a show again before then. But we're going to come down together. We're going to meet up down here at the Mother's Day market. And I think we're going to do a Facebook Live from the station's Facebook page, talking to some of the vendors that are here that morning so people can run out and get their mom their last minute, holy crap, I didn't realize that was tomorrow gift.
Yep, I love that. It's our farmers market kicks off May 1st, so it'll be their second market, and we've welcomed other vendors, and we're still welcoming vendors if anyone wants to send in an application. But we should have, I'd say, at least 20, maybe 25, 30 vendors out there in the square to get all of your Mother's Day needs.
Nice. Now, do you normally, Kara, open the window and do service from the sidewalk when events like that are going on?
Yeah, well, we try to have our windows open as much as we can, but if you want to order at the window, we can. You can come in and up to the bar and order, but we love when there's events over at the pavilion. It's really nice to see everyone over there.
Fantastic. Well, I think our strolling has come to an end.
Oh.
I know, it's kind of sad. We could keep strolling. We're just not going to be talking about it on the radio
I've only
anymore.
gotten about 10 steps in. So.
I know. Right? Yeah, we didn't go very far having everything in the same building. I will put all of the information, all of the links to the social media networks, all of the links to the websites for Box Office Brewery and Nancy's Coffee Bar on the podcast page. You can go there and find that right now. Olivia, thank you again. I enjoy these so much.
Me too. Thank you for coming and for, showcasing our beautiful little community.
Yes, and Kara, thank you for the mocha.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well
I
done.
appreciate
Well
it.
done. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll have a brand new episode of The Valley Today ready to go for you just a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.